Hi Lee, well thanks for your time today. This is going to be a really interesting video for myself but also the people listening in at home. It really gives us a chance to get into your mind, learn a bit about you and why you founded Tactile Technology and brought it to life. So I think the obvious starting point is, tell us about you.
So, if I start at the beginning, I was born in a place called Maltby near Doncaster in South Yorkshire, brought up there by my parents, and when I was age 18 I joined the Royal Air Force. I'd also been an air cadet prior to that, just to learn a bit about what the forces entail, so it gave me a bit of a background into it. Spent 17 years in the Royal Air Force as a flight simulator engineer, working on operational aircraft such as the BAC Lightning Interceptor, the Hercules transport aircraft and the Tornado ground attack aircraft. Finally, the last 3 years I taught at the ground school at RAF Cosford. During that time, it was interesting because I think you're changed by your experiences and things. Is I became a single parent at the age of 30 and looked after 3 young children while working in the Royal Air Force, managing both time and money. So I think you learn a lot about yourself and you actually become a better person through the challenges now you overcome those challenges. I think the other thing that's been quite influential in my life is cooking, because cooking is one of those things that you do where you're in full control of it. You choose the ingredients, you actually choose the way you're going to combine those ingredients and prepare a meal, even what it looks like at the end. There aren't many things in life that you do that are like that. I've also stayed involved with the forces afterwards because the last 6 years I've been involved with a local air cadet squadron in Solihull, where I teach marksmanship principles. I also work with a team coaching them in shooting competitions from air rifle through to full bore shooting, which I think is great. I'm giving back and the cadets enjoy it, but also from their perspective it helps them to understand things like focus, when they're trying to achieve things in their life.
Fantastic. Well, moving on then. So Tactile Technology is where we're at today. However, what was your background in IT before Tactile? Where did you start?
So if we come back to the Royal Air Force, so working with flight simulation. So a flight simulator is a lot of electrical components with an interface with then computers running software to simulate that environment. So I did a lot of work in software development, the actual maintenance of hardware, and when I left the RAF I worked within 2 software companies based, one in Boston and the other out in Seattle, working with projects around internet access for systems. I also did quite a lot of work with the 2 of the biggest manufacturers, IBM and also Sun Microsystems. These systems were large business-based systems and we're doing work around application service provision, so delivering software as a service, which was the early days of what we see today. We have more of a subscription model for most services that we take, things like accounting systems and many other things.
Great. So that brings me on to one of the most compelling questions of this whole interview. Why Tactile? What caused Lee Cassidy, with this background and these experiences, to create and bring to life Tactile Technology as it is today?
Well, there's a couple of things. One being I'd seen all the mistakes made. So you look over that period of time, people were very poorly delivering projects. So they didn't ask all the right questions of the right people. So they didn't really have a good understanding of what the needs of the business were. Secondly, the delivery of that was always delayed. They never did a project on time. And finally, it was never any chance of being on the money. So the budget was always extended to deliver these services, and commonly they never met the requirements that they needed. So it was a fundamental part of what I wanted to do when I set up Tactile Technology, to ensure businesses got what they needed within both the time and budgetary framework that they had.
Okay, so that to me sounds like a very compelling reason to create and bring to life this technology company called Tactile Technology. But what makes you different? How did you go about achieving the successes you currently have?
I think there are a number of things. One is we're very passionate about what we do, especially around technology. We spend a lot of time looking for really good technologies that make a big impact in an organisation. And these sometimes are quite cutting edge, so we're introducing them into a market where they've never been seen before. The second thing is our integrity and honesty. I think it's really important to have really good values within your organisation, so you're not selling things that don't really fit to an organisation just to be able to get a sale. I'd rather walk away from a sale than actually sell the wrong thing to the customer. And I think that finally is delivering it. So we need to ensure that it's delivered, it delivers the performance that the organisation needs. And that led us to building a couple of things. One is our 5 pillars for the organisation. And also we've got a guarantee. We talk about things like simplicity and performance in the way we deliver projects for our customers.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Lee. That's been a really key insight for me, and I hope the people listening in at home. And thank you very much.
Thank you.